Old Town is incredibly beautiful, and particularly at night with all the lanterns lit up, none of the motorbikes on the roads, and everyone out just enjoying the Old Town for what it is. Hoi An has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1999, and it really shows in how well the buildings have been preserved. They're all immaculately painted in the same shade of yellow, with beautiful thatched roofs and wonderful patios to sit on and enjoy. There are hundreds of shops here, and I think at one point we were told there was over 350 tailor shops here. And it really shows in the types of shops that you see when you're out and about. There's all kinds of goodies that can be found, including the rice paper pizzas, as they call them, which is a grilled rice paper topped with you're gonna have to start so many of those again. Which is a grilled rice paper with green onions, pork floss, and baby shrimps, topped with mayo and hot sauce as well too. It is truly a treat to be had. And there's also desserts that you could only find in Asia. These are things that you would probably not find at home or be willing to eat at home if you weren't sure what they are. A lot of them are savory ingredients made sweet. For example, corn, beans, a whole mix of things, lotus seeds, things that we would never have at home. The ones that we got today were the tofu pearl bubble and also the mix, which is just a little bit of everything. We've got rice soup in it, lotus seeds, tapioca, things I don't even know.
Now I hope you don't get the intent of this video wrong. We are absolutely not trying to contest how beautiful Hoi An's Old Town is.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good. Today, once again, welcome aboard the flight captain. Just going to get ready to go on the first flight time today, so it's going to be 2 hours. Direction you're from, please, right turn off to departure.
We do understand that places like Hoi An are often touristy for a reason, and that reason is pretty clear to see. But the constant flow of tourists does really change the experience that you get when you come to places like this. We've been to a number of different touristy cities together, and we feel like there's a bit of a difference between a touristy city that elicits a certain kind of vibe or feel or experience that's unapologetically local. Cities like Paris, which we feel like is the gold standard of that.
Tu ne parles pas français. Sortez-vous, get out right now! Je? Oh mon Dieu, tu parles français. Here you go, have a baguette for free on the house.
Cities also like Bangkok, like Singapore, and even like Ho Chi Minh City and a city we recently visited, Hue, give us those unapologetically local vibes. But we've been to a few cities that kind of give you the feeling that they're set up exclusively for tourism. And it's hard not to get the feeling that Hoi An's Old Town specifically is one of those places. One issue that touristy towns like this sometimes fall prey to is the type of tourists that they attract. There is so much to see and do in Vietnam that it's not fair to just come to one city and judge your experience of this entire vast country based exclusively on that one experience. The type of tourist that comes here often comes in a group tour, and they'll hop off their coach buses with tour guides, and they'll clog the streets with their fanny packs, sunglasses, and expensive digital cameras. Okay, we know we're pretty much exactly what we're describing, but the main difference is that we're spending 4 weeks here in Vietnam, and we're going to some cities that most tourists don't go to. You'll see in like the next vlog or like 2 vlogs from now. You'll see it. There are a lot of restaurants serving cheeseburgers, pizza, spaghetti. We even saw tourists come into a Vietnamese restaurant yesterday and eat pho with a fork and a spoon like it was spaghetti. It was just like a really strange experience for us. We haven't seen that anywhere else in Vietnam.
tastes just like home cooking.
Now the flip side of all of this tourism is that it is great to support the locals and the local economy. So who are we to judge who should and shouldn't be able to come to Hoi An, and who should and shouldn't be able to see Vietnam the way they want to? It's starting to rain, so I think maybe we'll just go get some cover for a second.
The prices here have definitely been a lot different from where we've been so far. Sometimes they're double, triple, quadruple, even 5 times more expensive than some of the dishes we've been eating already. For example, a simple bowl of pho, a Vietnamese specialty, we've been eating for about 30,000 Vietnamese dong per bowl. We've seen it as high as about 150,000 per bowl, which is just, it's crazy. And you know that the locals aren't eating there because they simply can't afford those same prices. Most of the restaurants here are tailored towards tourists, charging prices that frankly are a lot higher than we're willing to pay. The locals here are just trying to make a living, and we do respect that. We wouldn't expect them to do anything different. It does take a lot to run some of these crazy shops here that are constantly filled with people, and to be able to hold your place in such a beautiful town such as this. That being said, there are a couple places here that do charge local prices and serve absolutely incredible.
The touts here in Hoi An are absolutely relentless. Now, if you don't know what a tout is somebody who approaches you and tries to sell you something unsolicited. And oftentimes they can be quite aggressive and pushy about it. You can't even walk by the river down the promenade without being approached by 10, 15, 20 different people offering you the same boat ride.
Hello, you want a boat ride? Okay.
Kong.
Boat ride lên trên ô tô.
Again, we understand that they're just trying to make money, but there comes a point where you can only say no so many times to the same person for the same thing. Earlier, walking down the promenade, we must have been approached by 6 or 7 people in the span of like 45 seconds offering the same thing. And at some point, it becomes a little bit too much.
Bomb chop this magnet. Lenson bow. Bow fee lenson. Phoebe. Hello, you buy something? Okay, have a look. Yeah. Madam sir, you got the bell leather?
Hello, hello, nếp banana rồi. Bữa qua vô đi chơi, cá đi trong cá. Đợt nay em đi vô số nguyên nhân.
Banana roti lady.
Now, considering it's our first time in Hoi An, we're probably not the right people to judge as to whether the city still has that authentic Vietnamese feel or not. But we're concerned because of the boom of tourism here that the locals have streamlined everything to be geared directly towards the tourists. Now, we've been to a number of cities now in Vietnam, and this city just doesn't feel like any other. We haven't seen other restaurants selling cheeseburgers, hamburgers, French fries, pizza, spaghetti. So to see something here offering Western food is a little disconcerting. We don't come to the other side of the world to seek out the comforts of home, but we understand that's just not possible for everybody.
The charm of this place is certainly not lost on us. The beautiful yellow buildings are absolutely stunning, and it's certainly like nowhere else we've been to in Vietnam. However, if you're looking for a more controlled Vietnamese experience where maybe you can get a couple of those comforts from home when you're a long way from home, this may not be a bad place to start your Vietnamese adventure.
Or to end your Vietnamese adventure.
Or to end your...
As we've seen with some tourists here.
Yes, we've seen a lot of people doing the kind of the jump off. They come from here, they go to Bangkok, they go to Bali. I mean, we were those people too once on our first trip. We went to all the big major stops and left.
That's true.
So
It's just to us, like, I hope you don't get the wrong impression about what we're trying to say. Hoi An is incredibly beautiful, but it just bothers us having seen more of Vietnam and understanding how incredible of an experience it can be. But we do also understand it can be overwhelming for those who may not be looking to be immersed into kind of very busy, frantic cities here in Vietnam. Anyways, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it for whatever reason, you can hit the thumbs down button twice. If you want to see more travel content like this, hit the subscribe button and even that little bell notification. That'd be great, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
bye.